Hello everybody, this is Alex with You Had Me at Craft, and here's my project for the Thanking We Will Go blog hop, okay, or a portion of it. Here what you see in my video is a frame, the back of a frame which I got from IKEA. The name of the product is called Malma. They're about $2.50 a piece. And the reason I'm showing you the back is just to illustrate. I apologize that I'm not doing a one from the beginning step by step because I've actually started working on this before, but I thought this project was perfect for the blog hop. We're supposed to make something that we were thankful for, and what I'm doing is taking 16 of these frames, okay, and they actually weren't frames to begin with, they were mirrors, okay. And so what my husband did for me was wrap them in a towel individually, okay, and then he used a hammer and lightly tapped out the mirror, the glass mirror, okay, and then just it came out really easily. And then there was just some glue that needed to be removed, and you probably can see that in the video a little bit there, okay. So I'm taking 16 of these, all right, and with decorative paper, I'm decoupaging the paper on top of the frame, okay, and I use 16 different patterns that kind of coordinated, okay. So what I did, and you'll have to use your imagination here, is that I took a piece of the pattern paper, laid it down on my mat, put my frame down, and traced with a pencil all the way around the outside and the inside. I cut around the outside using a scissor, okay, all right. I'm trying to figure out how to illustrate this to you because I've already done it. And then with an X-Acto knife, went ahead and cut around the inside because it's just easier with an X-Acto knife rather than trying to get a scissor in the middle there. Okay. Then went ahead, laid my paper. Well, what I'm going to do is lay my paper on the top, but I need a layer of decoupage first, or Mod Podge. You guys all know what that is, right? I didn't have a bottle to illustrate, but it's in every craft store. A sponge, paintbrush, okay, and then I'm just going to liberally on the bare part of the wood. So I'll turn this over so you can kind of imagine that I haven't done this yet. On the bare part of the wood, because this is what it would look like, put a liberal amount of my Mod Podge on the frame, okay, and then went ahead and laid my paper on top of it, okay, so that it kind of looked like this, and then put 2 more coats of Mod Podge, okay, drying in between on top, smoothing out my paper. And now I kind of wanted a rustic look, so I didn't care actually if my paper really wrinkled or anything. Okay, now once that was all dry, all right, the next thing that I wanted to do was to make the edges nice and smooth and give kind of a rustic edge. See how the paper looks kind of torn? That was by design. So I took a sanding block here and just went with the edge, sanding all around, and that gave me that sort of rustic teared paper look, but then also gave me now a perfect smooth surface all around the edges, okay. Then the next thing I did, and I'll show you another one. Like I said, there's 16 of these square frames. They're approximately, I think, 10 by 10 or maybe 11 by 11. But anyway, they have them at IKEA. I was going to get some glass cut, but I found this great product here. It's just acrylic sheets. And so let me see if I can show you. That shows up on the video, okay. And I think that was a lot cheaper and a lot easier to do. They just had it at Michael's. So I'll go ahead and show you. They're separated by tissue paper. Taking one sheet out. And then first I needed to measure the actual opening of the frame. So taking a ruler and flipping it around, I used the ruler to measure, and it was approximately 4.5 by 4.5 is my opening. And see how the way that they've constructed it is perfect for a frame, even though it started off as a mirror. Okay, I'm taking my Stampin' Up! Cutter, which I love a lot. It's guillotine style, and I'm cutting 4.5 by 4.5 squares, and I would be cutting 16 of these. You can do one of these. In my case, you'll see at the end a method to my madness. When I'm all done with my post, I'll put in all the details. So I'm taking this, and see, there was some leftover glue too, but I could clean that out a little bit better, so that my acrylic would lay perfectly. Then, just like as if it were glass, I'm taking some glue dots and putting one on each of the 4 corners. Okay, and that is just going to lightly tack down. These are very lightweight frames. I didn't need heavy duty stuff. Now, this is a picture of my grandson Ethan. It's not one of the pictures that I'm going to use, but just for illustration. Okay, it's just a regular, I think 4x6 snapshot, and I'm going to choose 16 family photos, and I'm going to actually use those as the subjects of my frame. And so I'm just using this one to kind of show you, just illustrate. But I went ahead and measured the inside hole there, or the actual hole, and that was 3 3/4. So a 4x6 picture, height-wise, works well, but then of course you have to trim on both sides so that you can fit your picture into it. So approximately, the picture is trimmed at 4 by 4 1/4, just so that it fits within that lip. So there's what it's going to look like. Okay, and the rest of my posts I'll explain with some pictures and some more detail. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the hop.